World Eaters? Brothers, beasts. No, I ain't gonna lie, Angron is tough.
Yo, if we get to 100,000 subscribers by the time the year is over, I will shave my beard off and wear no do-rag for 3 entire months.
All right, people, it's time to get into another different lore video, another new series, man. Warhammer 40K. People had dropped in the comment section of my League of Legends reaction videos that I should react to Warhammer 40K. It's definitely an interesting series. I've played Total War 3 or Total War Warhammer 3 or something, whatever it's called, and I have probably like 100 some odd hours in that game, and when I got into it, I really got into it, and it was fun. It was interesting. All the different clans and tribes, factions and stuff like that, man. And it was cool to like the tactics behind it. It was dope. It was a really dope experience. And I know this is like a really big world like created here, and there's a lot of lore behind it, and it's intimidating and stuff, but I'm down to get to it, man, gradually. If you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. The like button will let me know that you guys want more Warhammer 40K videos of reactions. This is the channel Bricky got some content on here. This is Warhammer 40K timeline. This seems like a very good beginning video, maybe, to get into Warhammer. But if you guys got some other recommendations, leave it in the comment section down below, man. Let's get this video to 500 likes, man. 500 likes. I will continue to get into the Warhammer lore. I'm excited, man. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Grim darkness of the 41st millennium exists the Empire of Man, a backwards carcass of an empire comprised of many devoted forces, gigantic robot knights, religious machine cultists, and incredibly heavily armored women.
Don't forget bad. Wait, don't forget bad. Yo, who is this? God damn.
Most likely with sweltering abs.
Yeah.
And you must know.
Hell yeah.
What those abs taste like.
Yeah, bro. Hold on. I like this Bricky guy already. Yeah. Oh, I'm loving this Bricky guy already. Hell yeah. Sweet six pack.
My gamer subs flavor is here.
Wait. He's dead ass? Wait, I kind of thought you was. Wait, dead ass? Wait, what?
Sweet six pack has arrived. A delicious and refreshing cherry pineapple blend. Play the sound.
Wait, dead ass? Wait, I'm gonna have to, hold on now.
Yes, my Bricky's official gamer subs flavor is here. Sweet six pack, not only in regular energy mode, but also in caffeine free. The cherry pineapple flavor is not the kind of flavor that just smacks you in the face. It is light, it is refreshing, and it's one of those things where you sip it and you go, not bad. And next thing you know, you are having your 4th refill the same day. And it is available now. Link in the description. Use code Bricky for 10% off your entire order. Not just for this, but for everything you buy. And I'm not done. If you buy any of these tubs, regular, caffeine-free of my sweet six-pack flavor, you will get a Muscle Girl 32-ounce shaker.
Oh my God. Y'all know how I feel about my woman with muscles. Oh Lord. Where's Ghislaine at? Where is Ghislaine, Bricky? I gotta ask. If you've seen that filth that is Mishoku, you have been blessed with at least the existence that is Ghislaine.
Completely for free. There are only a couple thousand of those shakers, so get it while supplies lasts. I cannot believe we finally have this, but I told everyone, like, once you find out the flavor, you'll be like, yeah, that tracks, and damn straight does it track. Sweet six-pack available now. Code Bricky, link in the description.
W.
The age of knowledge and enlightenment has ended. The age of darkness has begun. Roughly 60 million years ago, there existed
Dinosaurs.
aliens.
Oh.
And these aliens lived short, painful lives. They belonged to radiation-stricken worlds and often died of various cancers before the age of 30. These aliens, the Necrontyr, looked up to the stars and found extreme beings of real power. Beings with the ability to create life. The Old Ones.
What is that thing, bro? My God.
Of the galaxy. They asked these Old Ones for help. Please cure us of our ailments. To which the Old Ones said, piss off. So Necrontyr gathered together and did the sensible thing. They declared war upon these old beings and were promptly beaten into the dirt back to their short, painful lives.
God damn it. I was about to say, they wouldn't have got their get back.
In the world of
not really get back,
Warhammer, there is a hell. This hell is not like you and I know it. It's more of an afterlife, a place where dead souls end up. This place has many names. The
Necrons
Imperium,
in there.
the Sea of Souls, the Imperium, and the Ether. But mostly, we just call it the Warp. While you and I know of hell as a place of horrors and punishment, the Warp isn't really that. Not in the beginning. It's energy, but the kind of energy formed from thought and soul, psychic energy, where the dead souls of people end up in a place that is impossible to understand. No laws of reality exist. Like, time is merely a suggestion, and it is not something that can be braved easily. The Warp would be like sailing the ocean in a pirate movie. To jump from your ship would be certain death. To stay in the sea for too long on your boat could drive a man mad. And there are many dangerous things lurking in those depths. Yet, the sea is not evil. It simply is.
It's existing?
Mostly. There are more malevolent beings.
What is
in those
that?
waters.
That looks
Areas
terrifying.
That you do not sail towards. This would be known as the realm of chaos.
Realm of Chaos. That's one of the factions that that's one of the factions I played in Total War. They got some dope looking characters.
Realm of Chaos exists in the Warp as a special area led by 3 chaos gods. Khorne, the god of combat,
Khorne.
murder,
Yeah.
and slaughter, with a pile of skulls taken in his name. Tzeentch, god of change,
I never played
mystery, and
Tzeentch.
deceit,
That's how he's
a
pronounced,
confusing
Tzeentch?
paradox of lies, schemes, and sorceries. And Nurgle,
And the
god of rock.
And the Nurgle, man. Them Nurgles. Them dirty, filthy Nurgles. Fuck Nurgles.
Pestilence and Genshin Impact. All things
Genshin Impact.
rot in the end. And Grandfather Nurgle is waiting for you with open arms. These gods ruled their respective realm in the Warp, sending their many followers against each other in the great game to be the most powerful.
Can I just like die
of
and
all
end
the
up
gods.
joining the realm of
Warp
chaos, or
exists. Hell
are they
is real,
born there,
parallel
maybe?
to our galaxy, with the realm of chaos and its gods fighting for control. But there are also gods of real space, gods of the normal world too. They're called Catan, and they eat
Catan.
stars.
You think
Oh my God. War in
God
heaven?
stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?
These
Spy Kids.
star gods saw the plight of our poor Necrontyr
How many of you guys got that? How many of you guys got that one, man?
here, and how the Old One star gods saw the plight of our poor Necrontyr, and how the Old Ones cast them aside and said, you know what? You guys want immortality? Oh, we will make it happen. We are the gods of the tangible, of real space. We can give you a cure. So then they ate all their souls.
Oh my God, bro.
And turned them into robotic automaton, feasting on their souls.
Bro, what
and
did they
leaving
do
a
to
hollow
deserve
shell
this shit?
Of an intelligence left that is technically immortal. With the power of an entire species' souls, they turned their new robotic slaves on the old ones
my
and
God.
hunted them to extinction. The Necrontyr, now the soulless, undying Necrons, got their wish at the price of their souls. Who can
Damn.
count the number of kind gods on an amputated hand. With time, the selfish star gods turned on each other, fighting one another for more chances at glory and power. With this, the leader of the Necrons, Zarek, the Silent King, the man who doomed his species when he accepted this deal, waited, planned, bide his time until he seized the perfect moment and turned his legions of undead citizens against the star gods.
They look tough, though. I'm assuming these are actual design, bro. They look so clean.
Gods cannot be killed, but they can
Captured?
be broken. So Zarek broke the star gods into thousands
Zarek.
of pieces
What?
and locked them away in vaults, taking their free will away as they did to them, and sealed them away as
I was able to do that.
Pokemon to be used as weapons in the future.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
The Void
Zarek then,
Dragon.
with his perfect memory, exiled himself for his sins, flying out to the darkness between galaxies to atone for what he had done. This entire situation, the genocide of the Old Ones and the rebellion of Zarek, will go down in history as the War in Heaven. It is the
War in Heaven. What a fire name.
brutal war the galaxy has ever seen and ever will see. This was a conflict that took an entire galaxy-spanning species and pitted them against gods that ate stars. The Necrons,
Yeah, I don't know how the hell they did that, man.
You know, the War in Heaven, decided to go to sleep in gigantic tomb worlds on various planets until the upstart species of the galaxy died out. And so turns out, when you have a
And so it turns out.
war that lasts tens, hundreds of thousands of years and involves the genociding of multiple species, the Old Ones of the galaxy, and the consumption of souls from an entire race, the warp gets a little wacky. You know,
Is the warp like join in maybe?
And it was nice and calm. Korn is over there splashing about, so you don't really go in that direction. Nurgle has explosive diarrhea, so you don't really go in that
Yeah. Nurgle's like pissing and shitting in the kiddie pool and stuff.
direction either. But you can still kind of get in the pool. The pool's still fine. Turns out when you add a couple trillion souls to that kiddie pool, it'll make the waves a little more turbulent. And turns out a lot of them like to pick a side, Nurgle, Tzeentch, or Korn. So the once calmer warp, the once relaxing kiddie pool has now been bloated. A million years of war will certainly make Korn, god of murder and slaughter, more powerful. A million years of war will probably make Tzeentch, god of deception and change, a little more powerful. And good God, a million years of war will make Nurgle, god of decay, just the tiniest bit more powerful. Now, entering that kiddie pool is no longer fun, it's dangerous. The warp is now a problem. Hell is resembling hell a lot closer to what we imagined it originally. The Sea of Souls and the Realm of Chaos are now intertwined.
That's dope though, man. No, I definitely I think that's a dope concept of the afterlife or hell itself, I should say. Especially now that it ends up turning into more of what we think of hell now. It's kind of like a adding like a piece of story before, you know, I guess the hell itself, while also tying it to specific kind of, I'm gonna say characters, but ideologies, maybe ways of life. I don't know.
So who else to brave the galaxy than a species that won't need to deal with that?
Who that? The Age of the Eldar.
The Eldar.
Eldar.
Are space elves. They have a lot of the traits.
Space elves. That's kind of cool.
That you probably think of when you think of elves. Tall, slender, pointy ears, bit more androgynous looking, no matter what DeviantArt will tell you, and a bit stronger on the emotional side. The Old Ones, as I mentioned, could create life. And when they were getting, you know, absolutely bodied by the Catan and the Necrons, they made some new races to try to help them. One of them was the Eldar. It didn't save them, but they're here now anyway. Oh, and also the Orcs, but
wait, what? The
they're busy
Orcs
right
too?
now.
What the fuck? Is that real? What the hell are the Orcs doing? Bro, what? What that Orc doing?
The Eldar are a particularly psychically powerful race. So they were really adept at being able to handle the new turbulent warp of chaos and good at killing Necrons, hence why they went to sleep. Being psychically gifted is basically like being a wizard, but you get your wizard powers from hell. This is called being a psyker. And
A a psyker.
Basically, if you want to do cool wizard shit like lightning from your hands or reading someone's mind, you can do that, but you siphon the energy to do that from the warp. Luckily, the Eldar are very good at handling this without too many negative effects because, you know, summoning power from the Sea of Souls with the new Chaos friends can be a bit of
dangerous.
an issue. But Eldar are pretty good at
dangerous.
it. And you see, what's really cool and also awful about Warhammer is that most developed species travel long, faster than light distances by going through that warp. They create a tear in reality to unreality and move through it. Faster than light travel? Cringe. We go to hell itself to deliver your packages. For those of you who play Minecraft, you know how the nether is like a pocket dimension. So moving 10 spaces in the nether is actually moving something like 1,000 in the real world. That's basically what warp travel is. Just much like in the nether, there are a lot of things that want to kill you. The Eldar found a way to do so in between realities.
Oh, wait, that's a figure?
Not regular reality.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, going to Japan and seeing this new Warhammer store that they opened up over there down in like Akihabara, bro, that shit was so dope. And I lied to y'all because they had like figures and statues and cool little stuff. Because at that point, I didn't even know it was a board game, like a actual board game. People were playing it in the store, the new open store and stuff. It was packed. And I was just sitting there like watching them play it. I was like, yo, that kind of look cool. Like, I wouldn't do that. It seems like a lot of work. But like I spectate, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll watch. You know, I'll watch. And but they had this dragon little joint that on display. Unfortunately, it was sold out. I would have bought that shit. That shit was probably like $300-$400. You know what I'm saying? Kind of surprised in Japan. Yeah, we was talking to the owner there, and it was brand new store that just opened, man.
The warp, something else. A purgatory of sorts, a fabricated psychic realm that allowed them to travel without fearing the negative effects of the warp. The Eldar were the perfect fit for the new galaxy, and they took it with open arms and pointy ears. The empire of the Eldar spread everywhere, and it spread all the way until now. The 21st century. That's right. While you were watching NPC streams on TikTok,
I wasn't doing that. I don't do that.
The space elves were ruling the galaxy, and they did so for quite a long period of time. The 21st century came and went. Humanity grew and grew, all under the nose of their elf overlords. At this time, humans advanced.
I wonder if Titus is gonna get mentioned in this video. I mean, because I just watched like the what's it called? The secret levels with Titus, and apparently that's like a character. I want to learn what's up with Titus.
Sci-fi style way. We began to expand, colonize our solar system, terraformed our planets, created new and more powerful machines and starships. The Age of Terra, also known as Earth, but we call it Terra here, was here and existed between the 21st century all the way until the 15th millennia. Not much is known about this time. Not much needs to be known. Humanity grew up, sought the stars. It's classic. Then came the years between 15,000 and 25,000, the Age of Technology, or to some, the Dark Age of Technology. This is when humanity reached a new apex of technological understanding. When you think of sci-fi, there's a lot of things you can think of. Star Trek, maybe Star Wars style. You can go cyberpunk dystopian. The Age of Technology was deep sci-fi, like a scientific prowess that fringed on magic. This is also when the first ever psychers began showing up in humanity. Individuals with the genetic mutation to be able to access the warp, and then because of that, travel through it. Humanity was no longer constricted to their early ways of travel. With warp travel, they could go anywhere in the galaxy. They equipped ships with gigantic AI machines, with everything you would ever need to know about mankind, and sent them out on colony ships to expand their influence across the galaxy. This was truly the golden age of humanity, and with every golden age,
not Berserk. No, stop it.
Upstarts of the galaxy were reaching new levels of technology and prowess. The Eldar were engaging in
debauchery.
What happens when a species has everything? You can produce unlimited food out of nothing.
What happens when a species has everything? I would assume they would continue to try to get more. I would assume they try to get more. They're like, there is no end to this everything. They continue to try to get more or create something more.
Need for farmers and workers, gone. You have dominated the stars and have created a fast travel system that doesn't rely on the dangers of the warp. You have nothing else to do. You have no struggles, no problems, and feel as if there is nowhere else to go. Well, you begin to experiment. The Eldar started harmless enough. You know, you take a serious interest in
painting
your
and
species'
shit.
culture, your arts, paintings, poems, plays. These are Eldar, elves. Remember, their emotions
Damn,
are
she's
heightened,
bad.
more powerful than us humans. So your plays get louder. They start to push on the limits of your hearing ability. Your music becomes different, more deranged. It pushes the boundaries of what is art. The visual spectacle of art becomes more bizarre, more delusional, more eccentric.
They get
and let's
on
not forget
drugs.
a very important sense.
Drugs.
Touch. Pornography is one thing.
What?
Brothels is another. What if they all mixed? What if your brothels were part of your art and music? And what if those
does that
became
mean?
more deranged? The boundary.
What the fuck does that mean? Am I fucking in the booth while creating music? Is fucking actually the music itself? Oh, wow.
Of debauchery were not just met, but shattered. Next thing you know, murder is commonplace and often mixed with the art, music, and sex. Pain is a common byproduct of entertainment. Whatever sensation you can have must be increased, must be enhanced.
Is that not going backwards? Pain was a form of entertainment back in the day, right? I mean, does that count? You know, the Coliseum and shit?
Must be taken to the limits. The Eldar
technically,
Empire
UFC fights
slipped into a nightmarish
Boxing?
realm of debauchery
Professional
and
fighting?
excess, with the worst of it taking place in a city in the webway, a black market for these kinds of heinous acts known as Kamara. Some Eldar saw the writing on the wall, saw what was happening to their species and how far they had slipped. So they boarded continent-sized starships called craft worlds and left their empire, seeking a more enlightened, calmer existence among their peers. Some, those in Kamara, pushed it to even greater heights, relishing the pain and torment they inflicted on those around them. All during this, the warp, the yin to the yang of the world, was fed by these emotions, by the psychic power of the Eldar, by the souls taken in these depraved acts on a galactic scale. And just like that, Eldar ended. Slaanesh, the fourth
Slaanesh, the badass little weird demon with titties and shit. I think I always let them survive. I never attacked them in total war.
Chaos God was birthed into existence.
Is that a dick?
Consumed.
Wait, hold on. I gotta do like. She has a cock! She has a cock!
The souls of 90% of the Eldar population. Those that fled were spared the worst of it, and those in the webway and into existence and consumed the souls of 90% of the Eldar population. Those that fled were spared the worst of it, and those in the webway and Kamara were able to stave off the pull of Slaanesh so long as they continued to commit horrid acts of torture and violence. But for the majority of the Eldar, their empire died with Slaanesh's birth. The new fourth Chaos God.
The fourth one,
the god of unspeakable.
Always let her survive.
Excess of pleasure, pain, hedonism, and perfection had been born. With the fall of the Eldar Empire came the ruin of humanity. Slaanesh's birth sent storms in the warp across the galaxy, making travel between star systems impossible. Coupled with a huge classic AI rebellion, as a staple in these sci-fi settings, humanity began to suffer the Age of Strife. Now, planets that relied on intergalactic travel were completely cut off. Long-range messages normally sent through the warp.
I'm assuming like resource. I'm assuming like resource dependent planets that relied on that too also got shut down. So I'm assuming like some planets legit ended up just straight up dying for lack of resources, maybe.
That was great at mining stuff, but couldn't get food.
Well,
You know that movie about the rugby players in the mountains? Oh, and because of these insane warp storms and fluctuations, psychers began to appear among the human population a bit more often. Now, this initially had them hunted down as witches, because that's pretty common in this setting, but some deemed it right to protect them. Unfortunately for those people, psychers, because they open a gateway to the warp, don't really know how to use their powers well, and they kind of attract demons.
What?
Force their way through the psyker as a conduit of sorts
and get possessed?
And begin to slaughter the population of your
Oh
planet.
my
the
God.
Age of Strife was a catastrophic period of time for humanity and set back their progress tenfold over the not one, not two, but 5,000 year period. During this time, the age of humanity that we know began to form. Worlds equipped with large mechs for agriculture began to equip them with weapons to defend from alien and demonic invaders. Over 5,000 years, this became a custom and tradition, dubbing them as night worlds, a feudal society of honor-bound knights in gigantic robots that uphold the chivalric code to defend their worlds and honor. A group of individuals on Mars, after radioactively bombing their planet to become inhospitable to human life, ran their entire lives underground on the few life support systems keeping them alive. Those technicians who could work on the machines and keep them operational were revered, and over 5,000 years went from skilled members of society to full-blown priests. The cult mechanicus, or tech priest.
The designs are so insane, though. Like the detail of, I'm assuming this is official art, right? So like the detail behind these shits is so crazy.
Of Mars, formed in the ashes of the Red Planet with a religious fervor and doctrine on the cult of the Machine God. And on Earth, Terra, techno-barbarian tribes waged war.
Techno-barbarians? Look at this thing, bro. What is that?
Across the planet in a Mad Max style of blood and gore. Until finally, a mysterious man who lived in the shadows of Terra for millennia finally revealed himself to the populace. His name was the Emperor. He deemed himself the Emperor of mankind. Where did he come from? I don't know. Why is he
I don't know.
The most powerful psyker of all of mankind? I don't know.
Wait, hold on. This sounds familiar. The Emperor? I don't know. This sounds... Was this mentioned? Was I talking to like Fatal or something about it? I don't know.
Why is he basically immortal? I don't know.
He's immortal.
Where'd Joe go? Who knows? But he's here, and he isn't happy with all of you ripping up Terra. So he began the Unification Wars, where he and a very early
unifies
version
humanity.
Of the famous Space Marines, the Thunder Warriors, reunited Terra under a single banner. With blood.
Yeah, with blood.
He reunited the Thunder Warriors into the fucking dirt. This
God
is where
damn.
the Imperium of Man, also known as the Imperium. The new faction headed by the Emperor of Mankind, with a treaty signed with the cult Mechanicus on Mars to spread out and reunite humanity after the catastrophic Age of Strife. But first, the Emperor is going to need some smaller versions of himself. 20 of them, 18 of them, I meant, gene-crafted sons.
Was that like an inside joke? Was there 20 and then like maybe 2 of them got cast aside or something? Is that what that was? Anybody know what the fuck does he mean by that? Why did the gun get put out on him?
Of the
18 sons?
Strongest human to ever live. All of them possess unparalleled strategic power, intelligence, formidable strength and size. A real powerful force to unite humanity and stop the chaos of the current galaxy. Speaking of chaos, you ever seen that image of that guy? It's like throwing the baby like a basketball. It's about what happened. The Chaos Gods intervened and grabbed the 18 Primarch gestation pods and yeeted them across the galaxy at a whim, everywhere they could possibly go. A galactic game of keep away. So the Emperor had to get them back.
I'm about to say, gotta go capture his babies.
The Great Crusade.
The Great Crusade to get his babies.
The stars to reunite not just humanity, but the Emperor with his fallen sons. The first to be found was Horus.
I wonder if Titus is one of them.
One of the strongest and most noble sons. The Emperor carried with him a legion of newly crafted warriors with genetic material made from their Primarch father. These are the newly made Space Marines. For Horus, His were the Luna Wolves. And as the Emperor continued on his Great Crusade, he found more and more.
God fucking damn it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want Warhammer statues. Yep, I want them. I don't want little figures. I want nice, detailed, big bitches. I want them shits.
Of his sons, reuniting them with their individual
They're like so
Space
cool.
Marine legions. Leman Russ, the cunning
Leman
hunter
Russ.
with the Space Wolves. Rogel Dorm, the Phalanx with the Imperial Fists. Angron, the Barbarian.
Oh my
the
God,
very
Angron
angry
looks
with his
insane.
World Eaters. Fulgrim, the perfect.
World Eaters? Bro, they're fucking beasts. No, I ain't gonna lie. Angron is tough. These are all the factions with the kids, I think, as we said. No, let me run.
He found more and more of his sons, reuniting them with
Yeah.
their individual Space Marine legions. Leman Russ, the cunning hunter with the Space Wolves. Rogel Dorm, the
Looks fire, by the way. Gold.
Phalanx with the Imperial Fists. Angron,
Which one y'all joining, man? Angron, the World Eaters. That's what the psychopaths was
the
at.
Barbarian, the very angry with his World Eaters.
Called World Eaters.
Fulgrim,
Fulgrim, clean as a bitch, boy. Y'all know purple my favorite color, but they Emperor's children.
the perfect
Yeah.
with his Emperor's children. And
Yeah.
Jagatai Khan, the swift, the
Jagatai
stoic, and his
Khan.
white scars. Those were just some of the 18, and one by one his lost Primarch sons were returned to him, and their Space Marine legions returned to them. The Great Crusade saw humanity once again reconquer the
Was Titus one of his kids? Or is Titus just one of like a Chad Space Marine that's in one of these factions?
stars, returning worlds of humanity back to the Imperium and killing any and all who stood against their noble
Just a
crusade.
Chad.
But in
Okay.
the years of the 31st millennia, treachery would break this all apart.
Horus Heresy. Oh shit. Horus fucked
the
up.
Emperor's most beloved and
Yeah, he's
favored
supposed to be the
sons,
beloved.
named War Master for the Crusade, succumbed to the power of chaos and daddy issues, all because of that bastard Erebus. Yo, fuck Erebus. Slowly,
What,
Horus
Erebus?
would
Who's
become
Erebus?
corrupted, turning the Emperor's sons against him. This begins the most pivotal moment in our story, and the one that has like 50 books written about it.
What?
Horus Heresy.
Horus
Half,
Heresy.
9 of the 18 Primarchs turned
What?
against the Emperor, and the following years were a bloody battle for the
9
throne
of them?
Terra. The Emperor originally was working on a special webway project, just like the Eldar, to make faster-than-light travel significantly easier and safer. Really improve humanity to allow them to conquer the stars without the risk of the warp. Well, this big red idiot named Magnus kind of blew a hole into that. Literally and figuratively. So Big E over there is stuck on a gigantic golden
Big E over there.
throne, holding back the oncoming rush of demons.
Wait,
and powering
what?
Astronomicon. Basically,
He's holding the
a big North Star for people who are sailing in the warp to help them navigate. The Horus Heresy saw many loyalist and traitor legions pitted against each other in a bloody war until it reached Terra itself. Horus, unable to break through the lines and with time running out, made a gambit and opened his ship up to be boarded. The Emperor took this challenge, quickly allowing someone else to take control of the throne as he teleported his way onto Horus's flagship.
How long
the
can that can he
Vengeful
do
Spirit.
that
The
though?
Emperor
His ship name is the Vengeful Spirit. That's hard. That's so hard though.
unable to truly kill his most beloved son, changed his mind right quick when
Right
Horus
quick?
strangled the life out of his other son, Sanguinius. I'm
Sanguinius.
sure you've seen this
Oh no. Hey man. Oh
the life out of his other son, Sanguinius. I'm sure you've seen this image at some point. The Emperor then said, "I'm not gonna sugarcoat it," and proceeded to psychically blast Horus into complete oblivion, killing not
What?
only his body, but also his soul.
no. God damn.
Horribly wounded from this duel, the Emperor is returned to the Golden Throne in order to keep the demons at bay and power the Astronomicon, because without it, humanity would be flying blind.
Chat, is any of this in the video games? I ain't gonna lie, this shit sounds so fucking tough, but is it in any of the video games?
There he sits, slowly dying from his wounds and the strain of powering the Golden Throne. The only thing keeping him alive is feeding upon the souls of 1,000 psychers every single day. This was 10,000 years ago. We are now in the 41st millennium, modern day. Warhammer 40,000. The Emperor remains on his throne. The Imperium is a rotting carcass of an empire, a fascist, xenophobic cult that worships the Emperor as a deity despite him never wanting to be seen as a god. Over the span of 1 million worlds, the ecclesiarchy, the church of the Emperor, is spread throughout. Inquisitors with unparalleled power root out any sign of heresy or lack of devotion to their god Emperor. The other half of the traitor legions move about as Chaos Space Marines, raiding and pillaging the Imperium, while the loyalist half does their best to keep the Empire alive. All throughout this, they must endure Orc invasions, Eldar trickery, the reawakening of the Necron race, and the Great
Necron come back?
Threat from the darkness between galaxies that has arrived to feast on their worlds.
Oh my god.
The theme of Warhammer 40,000 is regression and
regression.
Every major faction in Warhammer
I see that as an empire
that spanned the galaxy, only to be crushed back to a hollow shell of what they once were due to their own failings. Culture, the arts, personal freedom, religious tolerance, the simple possibility that alien life might not want to kill us is considered heretical and is often met with a pistol to the head. There is no time for these things. All there is time for is worship of the God Emperor and a million wars to be fought. To be a human in the 41st millennia is 99% of the time to live a horrible existence. To be one of trillions of other humans across a million worlds throughout the galaxy. A galaxy where AI is outlawed, so humans are repurposed and lobotomized to become slaves. A place where lack of devotion is met with death. And if you even have devotion, there is a good chance the threats to the galaxy, chaos, and aliens will kill you anyway. Warhammer is a world where you revel in being bad. There are protagonists, there are antagonists, but every faction is some shade of evil. Because playing the bad guys is always more fun. And my friend, you have a selection.
That is
facts. Gun soldier, you and the other 3 million men and women in this single deployment on this single world in this single battle will now show them the might of the God Emperor. That weapon in your hands has killed 99% of
probably
the alien populations in this galaxy. Unfortunately for you, soldier, you're fighting the final 1%. May the Emperor be with us. Glory to the first man to die, for in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
Oh, that was kind of fire. Yo, he cooked. That art is so fucking tough. I feel like I've seen this art too. Damn, I ain't gonna lie. What an insanely tough video.
Thank you, everyone. I hope I have helped teach you about Warhammer. If you are a
he's a great storyteller.
And you want to get a bit more about the world, there are multiple books that do a great job at showing off how
books with pictures.
The entire universe.
I mean, I'd rather you just tell me these stories, buddy.
Operates. For the most part, Warhammer is a setting, and often stories are told in that setting with a Warhammer coat of paint. Gaunt's Ghosts is Band of Brothers, but Warhammer. It's honestly one of my #1 recommendations for new people. Assassinorum Kingmaker is an assassin novel involving those night worlds. This is Mission Impossible, but Warhammer. Bloodlines is Blade Runner, but Warhammer. And the list goes on and on. If I had to recommend a brand new novel for a first-time Warhammer enjoyer, these are the 4 I would recommend. Horus Rising, Caiaphas Cain, First and Only Gaunt's
Horus Rising sounds like the one I would read, if anything.
Ghost, and Infinite and the Divine.
Ooh, Infinite and Divine sounds cool too.
They are all fantastic novels, and they will get you acquainted with the world without needing to know too much. Thank you all so much for watching this video.
Damn, man. Hopefully you guys actually enjoy this video, because I would love to watch more Warhammer 40K lore videos, dog. Smash the like button, man. The like button lets me know, man. I'm gonna catch you guys next time.